We are here in the Kingdom of Bahrain for a full weekend, so we are going to do everything Bahrain has to offer in the next 48 hours. Let's go and check it out. Yeah. And to start the day, we have come to Rise Coffee House for a coffee and breakfast, and it is so good. We got the breakfast bagel and it is so tasty, and their coffee is really good and strong. A good start to the day. On to the next adventure. Well, that was a 10 out of 10 breakfast, and it is, oh my god, it's so humid out here in Bahrain, especially compared to Saudi. We are now heading over to the little bay because we are going to jump in a kayak around Bahrain Bay. I'm very excited. Right, let's jump in the car. And just like that, we have made it to Bahrain Bay, which looks incredible. There's like this river that seems to be coming from the sea out there, and the water is this like crystal clear blue. But all of this looks like a brand new area. It looks very similar to City Walk in Dubai. There's some nice restaurants along here, and even like this one behind me. But I'm going to leave this camera behind because just down the beach there, we are going to jump inside some kayaks and do a little tour and go to one of the most famous buildings in Bahrain. So switching to iPhone. So we've walked out to Bahrain Bay now, which is incredible. There's like this whole lake that goes all the way round with these amazing buildings behind. But unfortunately, the beach culture place is closed. I think it's either really, really hot, but it's also Friday midday, which is like prayer of the week. So we just saw them coming out of the mosque. So maybe it comes open in the afternoon. But we've got these amazing views, and this is like the big famous building with like the wind turbine things in the middle, and obviously normally you kayak around here. I think we're going to come back later or tomorrow because I really want to do this because it looks amazing, but we need to get inside because this sun is wild. We're just driving past this massive area here, and it's even got a Bahrain flag of like all these factories that look like, that one says aluminium, but the other ones look like oil and gas places, which is obviously where Bahrain get most of their money from. But this is massive, and it's just going on forever. But we are currently heading to the Tree of Life, which is 45 minutes out of town, and apparently is a massive tree, so we're going to check it out. Well, there wasn't much of a visitors centre, but we've made it to the Tree of Life. Now, it's extremely windy. Let me try and get in a little bit. Okay, there's a bit less wind behind the Tree of Life, but it's massive. It's literally in the middle of nowhere. We've been driving through this desert for about 30 minutes, and the story behind this is that no one really knows how it stayed alive this long, considering there's no water source or anything nearby. It's just literally a massive tree in the middle of the desert. It does look quite dry, but there's still a lot of greenery to it. Really not much to see, it is just a tree, but impressive. But on the way through, we've actually been driving through an oil and gas like mine the whole way, and although I've lived in the Middle East for like 7-8 years now in Dubai and Saudi, and there's lots of oil money, I've never actually seen the process of it being dug out of the ground, apart from some big places in like Rak, northern UAE. So to see miles and miles of all this piping, pumping the oil and gas to these main facilities was really, really interesting actually. And the scale of it, literally driving for 30 minutes and it's just endless. But we're gonna jump back in the car because it's 47 degrees out here right now, and I'm slowly dying. 1 o'clock, we're gonna drive back. It should take about 45 minutes, and we're gonna get on those kayaks because the shop opens. And don't worry, you can get an ice cream here. Our first petrol station stop here in Bahrain, and there is like infinite choice of snacks and drinks, but we need water before we die. But also we're like right next to the sea line now. I'll show you when we get outside. It's looking really nice. It looks a lot like the coastline of Oman, but being on an island, it's like all coastline. It's about 8 million degrees out here now. We have made a quick pit stop to Avenues Mall, which is apparently the biggest and best mall in Bahrain, and I'm excited to see it because it is massive. We've passed it a few times coming down this main road, but we're going to get inside and I'll show you around. So we're not allowed to film inside, but we've stepped outside of Avenues Mall, which actually goes all the way around Bahrain Bay. So that is the Four Seasons hotel that we were at earlier, where we looked at the kayaks just behind. And I think later we're going to try and kayak all the way around here. These are some really good views. The mall is like, it feels brand new. There's loads of shops and it's really nice and modern. I'm really surprised by Bahrain. Oh my God, there's jellyfish. Look at the size of these jellyfish. They're massive. What the hell? Oh my God, I don't know if I want to go in there. We were very impressed by the mall, but don't worry, we are going to get to some traditional Bahraini like heritage souks and things tomorrow. But now we're going to head back to the hotel because I want to show you guys around. We've got a really nice room actually, and it was one of the cheapest hotels we could find. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. Let's get back to the hotel. And we even got the car cleaned. Wow, it's so shiny. I've not cleaned it in forever. Turns out they have a brunch in the hotel.
The brunch is through there, isn't it?
No, this is brunch. Welcome to the Movenpick, Bahrain. So this is right next to the airport. You can literally walk across the road from the airport to here. And we paid only 500 Rial a night here, and I'm really impressed. So let me give you a quick room tour. It's literally big bed, pretty spacious room, TV, blah blah blah, usual stuff. I'll show you the bathroom. Ooh, it's the lights are on. Ooh, so I've already been here last night, but big shower and nice room. But the most impressive bit, I'll show you out here. There's also storage and coffee, but the most important bit is the view, which is actually incredible. I wasn't expecting this. Check this out. So out here you can see we've got this nice pool downstairs that we're going to go to now, and we get this view of the skyline of Bahrain as well as the mangroves here. But we're going to go downstairs now and check out the pool and chill for an hour or so before dinner. So I'll see you down there. So the mangroves we can see from our room is literally here next to the pool. We're going to order some snacks before we go for dinner and get in the pool to cool down a little bit. But I really love this hotel. Brunch was going on, which was a bit crazy, but and we would have normally taken part, but we want to see a little bit of Bahrain. Jump in the pool. So hungry. Nice? You're an animal. Yeah. We've come to the Comrade Hotel where we're going up to level 25 to Sushi Samba, which is one of our favourites in Dubai, and they actually have a happy hour from 4 till 7, so hopefully we get some cheap drinks and food as well. But apparently it's good views and the sunset, so I'm excited. Ready? This is an amazing view of the cool building. We have the mall we were at earlier, the Four Seasons. This is where we're going to kayak tomorrow. And this is Bahrain Bay. This is so cool. And the whole city's over here. We've come out to this like rooftop area, so apparently you can get a day pass as part of Sushi Samba, but there's a swimming pool on top of the hotel, and the sunset is epic. This is a really, really incredible view, and it's cheap because of the happy hour. This is definitely highly recommended. Wow. Cheers. Yeah. And we're back. So we went to Sushi Samba and the food was amazing. The happy hour was pretty good. We had like this sort of sharing platter for like 80-90 real, and then cocktails were like 4 or 5, dinner which is like 40 or 50 real or dirham. We had some mains, and the food in Sushi Samba is always amazing. But tomorrow things get exciting. We're doing all the traditional Bahraini souks and things, and more importantly we finally get to do the kayaks in the morning. So we're waking up nice and early, which means I'm gonna go to sleep now. So I will see you guys in the morning. So again, the kayaking place is closed, but we've now come to Haji Cafe, which is like a traditional Bahraini food. You need to pay with coins at the machine to park, but I didn't have any coins, so some Bahraini guy said, it's fine, go, I'll tell the police if they come. So maybe the car will be gone when we come back, but this was the most recommended thing to come and do, so at least we're gonna get some good breakfast. So we've come to Haji's Cafe and we've ordered basically like the touristy food. So we've got the traditional bread and a load of different eggs and dal.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's give it a try. Oh my god, it's really good. We had a very nice breakfast at the Haji Cafe. It tasted good, lots of eggs and all these different things, and the bread was really nice and crispy. But we have now come to what is it?
Manama Souq.
Manama Souq, which is like the main souk of Bahrain. I think we're in Manama City. I don't know how to say it, but look at this place. It is still only 9 o'clock in the morning, so I think a lot of these places are still setting up, but this is a really cool like traditional beads from the ceiling. At least we're in some shade now, but there's apparently also like a gold souk like the one in Dubai, so we're going to check that out. It's very bright and hot here, as you can see, but it's all the same Arabian touristy stuff as like all GCC countries. There's all these little alleyways all around, and it's very much like the Dubai souk and like walking around Dira, all these like touristy shops or selling like watches and things, and there's lots of gold shops, but I think there's a whole section just for gold in a minute, so hopefully we find that. But it's quite nice. It's still 9 AM, so it's very quiet around here, and half the shops aren't even open. We're passing through this bit now where there's loads of whoa. We're back. So we're going through this part of town where they're selling all the flags, and there's loads of like Arabic scripture and stuff all on the walls. It's funny when you come to these like modern Middle Eastern cities where they're kind of westernized with touristy stuff and like even bars and things, and then you come to the traditional part and it's got all of there's really nice mosques, and one of the mosques there, a guy told us, is like an Iranian design, and then you have all the flags with like a big Arabic scripture from the Quran and things, so there's quite a contrast just 10 minutes from like partying to traditional. Very cool little souk we've come through. There's lots of mosques around here. Wow, we really took a turn down some alleyways and stuff. It was like a load of old Bahraini guys sitting having coffee and tea, and all these little alleyways and all the guys' apartments. It's quite interesting to see this side of town. There is some cars actually driving down these little streets now, so we've had to like duck out of the way, but we're now in the feels like the food area. There's all the spices and everything, and all the shops are now open, but it's still not very busy because it's early in the morning. But I assume this is like for locals to get stuff and tourists to come and wander around. We've stopped in some very Arabic hotel, which is very sparkly everywhere, to use the toilet, but we're going to jump in the car and then finally get on the kayaks. This whole video has just been waiting for the kayaks. We've made it to the kayaking place, but the wind is crazy. I hope it's going to be open, but the palm trees are literally swaying like this. Fingers crossed. Closed again. Oh, there's more kayaks here. Maybe we can do it here. For what feels like the 100th time, we are back at Bahrain Bay, and we're grabbing a coffee from a fancy coffee place called Mukani. This one. Mukani. I don't think we're going to get to kayak. I'm trying. I didn't realise this is actually the Kapinski Hotel, which we were kind of opposite last night when we were at the Sushi Samba in the Conrad. And these buildings are so cool. I think this whole Bahrain Bay seems really new and modern, and super nice. Parking was free because we bought a coffee, and we're going to head back to the hotel and check out quickly before doing some other stuff. Goodbye, amazing room view. We're going to the Purling Paths.
Let's go.
I didn't realise this hotel actually has an award for the best airport hotel in the Middle East, and I can't really deny it. It's really, really nice. It's got a nice pool overlooking the mangroves. The bar was quite nice last night. They had a brunch. The room was amazing, and it was cheap. So anyway, into the car. So we've now come to Moda Mall, which is apparently a mall here in Bahrain that has all designer shops. There's even Aston Martins here, and I'm wearing an Aston Martin t-shirt, so it'd be nice if I got a free Aston Martin. We've come outside Moda Mall, and we're finally getting a good view of the Bahrain World Trade Center. Unfortunately, we didn't get to kayak in the end, which is really annoying because it's the number one thing I wanted to do. But we've still got a cool view of it, and we've seen it from Bahrain Bay anyway. The mall was a little bit disappointing. There's still quite a lot to be opened, and yeah, I think it's pretty quiet. Normally these malls get busy during the evening, and we're here very early in the day, so it's pretty quiet. There's not much atmosphere, but there is quite a few shopping options, and it looks like it's just going to get better. So we've made it inside one of the first buildings of the Purling Path, which is like a 3.5 kilometre path where they used to get pearls and transport them through, but this is all the history of it along here. I've seen some pictures and it looks really cool, and already the building's got this like really cool architecture, so hopefully we'll get some cool pictures. I bought my little photography camera to try and get some shots, so I have to vlog and shoot at the same time. But this dates all the way back to like 10,000 BC. I mean, it probably wasn't built then, but because before Bahrain had oil money, they sold pearls that they got from pearl diving, same as UAE and a lot of other Middle East countries, I think. But now obviously all the money comes from the oil. I think this is actually it, so we're somewhere here and we're going to walk down to here. So it looks like they have some of the older original structures, like these ones behind me, weaved in between this big modern structure that's above us. So it looks like this used to be sort of like a pearl fishing town. You can probably hear the mosque going off behind me, but there's loads of these little areas all the way along this path in between old and new. and there's like some new buildings. Some of like the canopy there was only built in 2017, and it's kind of weaved between the traditional buildings and this modern take. But this is actually, this whole area is actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site, so it's all protected. But you can see some of the old souks and things we're walking through here. It's funny though, there's old souks and then there's like modern cameras there. So we spent about 30 minutes walking through some of the paths, and it seems like a lot of it's still in use and people are still living in a lot of the small apartments and everything there. But it is extremely clean. All the paths we went down, I didn't see a single piece of rubbish for like 30-40 minutes. Some of the buildings are a little bit older and a bit worn down, but everything's very well maintained. So it's very cool walking around and seeing. And now we've come to Farouk House, I think it was called, and it's got some amazing Arabian architecture. It does look like a lot of it's been sort of rebuilt and repurposed, but you get an idea of what it was like back in the day. And we finally found some shade because it is like midday and the sun is up there beating down on us. It's very hot here in Bahrain. So it turns out that one is closed. It's too much hot, so it will be reopened in September. So we'll have to come back, but we got to see a little peek of it anyway, and the door was open. So anyway, we are heading back to the car because it is molten out here. And September is probably a better time to visit instead of the middle of summer. It's about 45 degrees at the moment.
Oh, he could let us drive.
What?
He could let us drive in, couldn't he?
I don't know if you can drive here. Up next we have the Bahrain Fort, which is another UNESCO World Heritage Site. This is like the classic archway that everyone gets their picture at, but we're going to have a little look around. It's seriously hot, and it was like a 500-meter walk from the car, and already I feel like I'm going to pass out. We've made it on top, and there's still a lot of this remaining, and it's nice because it's so hot. There is no one here, so we have the whole place to ourselves, but I don't know how much longer we can survive. There's some plaques giving you some information, but it's just about a load of old stuff, so I'm more here to see it for my eyes. But it's cool, very cool. It's cool to see the city skyline over there as well, the old and the new. We've actually had to admit defeat. It says it's 36 degrees, but it feels like more like 40 and 50% humidity. But I've got to say, the sun here in Bahrain compared to elsewhere in the GCC feels really, really strong, like beating down on you. Okay, we've done a quick stop at Time Out Market, which is actually connected to the city centre Bahrain Mall, which is the same as like Masjid Al Futtaim malls that you get in Dubai or wherever. But Time Out, I'm very red because there's a Time Out Market sign there. But food here is always incredible. It's lots of like little local cuisine or like international well-known food. A little bit pricey, but we've got ourselves a butter chicken and a guacamole. Guacamole was 50, or well, 5 dinar, 50 rial. And then the butter chicken was like 70 rial, 7 dinar. But it's definitely worth it. I've had this before and I'm very excited. Thank you. We have now embarked on our 5-hour drive all the way from Bahrain to Riyadh. We're crossing the Causeway, which is a massive bridge that joins the two countries together. And I actually did a full video about the process of this and the long drive on the way here. So if you want to check that out, you can click up here. But apart from that, that wraps up 48 hours in Bahrain. We had an amazing time. There wasn't a huge amount to do, but I think that's because it's summer and so hot here in the Middle East. But nonetheless, we had a nice weekend, and now it is back to reality in Riyadh. But thank you guys for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you somewhere in the world next time. Boom.